Hi, Good Life, your neighborhood friendly death planner here. I am back to continue kind of a three-part burial and cremation. My first part, you can check that out, that video, that kind of gives you overall of both burial and cremation. Today we're going to talk about burial in itself, the choices that you have for burial. There are three types of burial. There's traditional, a memorial, and direct burial. First of all, the traditional is the one that everybody is accustomed to, where someone dies, you are embalmed, you are placed in a casket. There's open casket and closed casket, but that is when you have a wake or a service. Nowadays they call it services. You can have a 1 day or a 2 day. It depends on how much family you have. I kind of explain to my clients, if you have family coming from out of town, far away, or there's going to be a large amount of people, you can do a 2-day service. That is where usually you have a visitation the night before. Everybody kind of comes and gives their condolences and loves on each other, and then you leave and can go have dinner, and then the next day in the morning you wake and you have another type of a family private visitation, or a visitation where the public can come again, friends and colleagues and neighbors, people of the community, and then you go right into your memorial service. So I will get more into memorial celebration options in a whole another video. So traditional. If you're going to have your 1 day or 2 day, you can decide on that. But typically that is everything. That is, you have your memorial, and then you can go to the church, and then you go to the graveside and have a service there as well. A memorial burial is sometimes where burial will take place, and then you have your celebration. So once again, it can take place at the funeral home, it can take place at a church, it can take place at your favorite club, being the Elks or the Lions, parks, gymnasiums. People think, oh my goodness, that's huge. Gymnasiums, if you come from a small community, sometimes that's one of the larger areas that you can think about to have your celebration for your loved ones and the people in your community. So that is definitely an idea. And you can also have your memorial directly at the cemetery. You can have tents and chairs, and there's different options as far as your memorial burials. But usually burial will have taken place, and then you have a memorial celebration. Direct burial is when the funeral home lovingly comes and takes your loved one into their care and then directly bury them. Usually there's no visitation, no family viewing. Those can all be maneuvered. Everything in this industry as far as planning is fluid. If you make a decision on your pre-arrangements and you have your family want something else, you can change through time, you can change through the years, you can change, your family has some right, the right and a lot of circumstances to make additions or do small changes at the time of your death. So those are all things that I want you to know. Whether your burial, cremation, all planning can be kind of fluid, if you will. Types of caskets. Technically, there's wood or there's steel. Wood is nice, all different types of grains of wood. There is, maple, birch, pine, walnut, black walnut, you name it. There's different types of wood for caskets. The best way to kind of look at pricing is the more rare or higher end wood, the more expensive the casket. There are caskets that are wood that have engravings, psalms, different carvings. The corners can be different. If you had a special hobby, you can place corners on the caskets with fishing symbols or gardening symbols, all different kinds of options. They also have panels for both types of caskets. That is, when you have an open casket, there is a panel that you see when the casket is open, and you can have beautiful things embroidered on that. You can have mother, grandmother, you can have father, you can have sports memorabilia, you can have logos and insignias for military, all beautiful, beautiful things that you can add to the casket. There are different types of interiors for caskets. There's different colors, satins, different styles, a whole array of different pillows that you can choose from, different things for the inside of the casket as well. And that's both for wood and steel. So steel is exactly what it says. It is made of steel, different gauges of steel. The higher the gauge is, the thinner the steel. So a 20 gauge will be a little bit thinner than a 16 gauge, if you will. They come in all different colors, just like wood comes in different varieties of wood, different stains and such. Steel caskets come in a variety of different colors. You can get pink, yellow, black, green, foam, gold, white, all different colors. And then the interiors you can change in coloring as well. Many, many. So what's the difference between the wood and the steel? For the most part, steel is gasketed. So when the lid comes down, there is a gasket that goes around the lid. And then there is a key in the casket itself that you can turn to lock that lid down. That's gasketed. Wood is not gasketed. It just sets down, places down. Now, I'll be honest with you, because that's what I do. What do I hear from people that I work with or that I help plan? Wood is sometimes warmer. It's a little bit warmer of a feel. A lot of times men will choose wood if they are into craftsmanship, for hobbies of wood makers, things like that. You also, steel is, a lot of times people will choose steel because they feel a little bit more protected in it. And I will say that people choose steel because of the gasketed, how it is locked down the lid. They have phobias of bugs and things like that. We're just being honest here, folks, that they won't get into them. It's just a mental, whatever you feel more comfortable with, okay? And let's not forget, we have that vault, that big concrete vault that's going to be protecting that casket. So with that, there is different types of memorials. We'll go more into that at a later time. We'll kind of cover that with the cremation type memorials. They can go hand in hand. It's just the memorial itself, the celebration of you and the celebration of life. But that is kind of your choices that you have to consider for burial, being the different types of burial, the different types of caskets, different things you can do with caskets. And I hope that you have an absolute fabulous best day. And I will keep talking to you soon. Bye now.